With our two measured heights of both the left vertical edge of the door and right vertical edge of the door, we're just going to connect the very top of each of those lines to find our top receding angle. All right, so I'm just going to pull a diagonal line out. Oh, come on, marker. Shoot. Grab a different marker. Sorry about that. There we go. Hopefully I didn't lose my measurement there. All right, but again, I'm just going to stretch a long diagonal. Oh, I got it going. And I'm going to hit those 2 points and then continue extending all the way out until I intersect the other receding angle. Remember, they're a parallel pair, all right? And they're moving towards a point of convergence where they intersect, and that is what we call the vanishing point. All right, and the vanishing point, again, is the very limit of our perception, our visual perception, at least. I'm going to do it on space as well, just so you see what angle we're dealing with. Grabbing the top of the door frame, pulling out. So, all right, now the vanishing point does fall on a horizon line. The horizon line in one-point perspective is always a horizontal. Why? Because the position of our head is square, like to the back wall and not tilted on our shoulders, and our eye position, our eyes are positioned horizontally on our head. So, it makes sense that we have a horizontal horizon line. There we go. All right, now all other angles that we see in the space that are parallel to these two receding edges. So all of the receding edges are moving towards convergence at the vanishing point. And as they pull away from the horizon line, these angles are going to get more and more oblique. They're going to head towards vertical. Think about the vertical position of your body as you kind of look at how these angles radiate towards the vanishing point. All right? Away from horizon line towards vanishing point. Okay? Now, what's really easy is once we find our vanishing point, all other measurements that we have to make along this vertical plane, we don't have to measure any more angles. We can simply measure usually verticals or horizontals. So if I want to measure to the next door, all I have to do is I have to take my measuring stick. Again, I probably want to align it, make sure that I have myself properly scaled. It would help if I was holding the proper measuring stick. There I am. All right. And then if I want to find the length, the distance to the next door, what I would do is I'd rotate my measuring stick horizontally. And I might just measure from far right edge on the first door I drew to the far right edge of the door, the next door I see. Okay, so I have that length. Mark it on my measuring stick. And then simply mark it in space. And this time, all these doors are the same length, so I can just get them, their height. I don't have to measure a new height. I can just have it go along that same measured edge that I already did. All right. Next, I might measure from far right edge on a horizontal all the way to the far left edge of the next door. Mark that length on my measuring stick. Should be a little bit further than the first one. And then go ahead and drop it into my space. All right, this is really great. There's really nothing else you need to sort out the whole rest of this right-hand wall. Might make one more quick measurement. Let's go from base of door to ceiling before I get us to the next step. So we just find that length, pull it up, make sure my elbow is locked and measuring from the same position. This is the height from the right bottom corner of the door to the top of the ceiling. Find that height, falling along the same line, and then I can just attach and pull a new angle from that new measurement I made. So that's that from base of the door to the top of the ceiling at the right hand edge of the door. I'm also going to connect it to vanishing point, so I'll pull out just like so. All right, there's my ceiling height. I might have missed my mark just a touch. Let me do it one more time for you. These markers aren't as precise as your pencils will be. All right, there we go. So we just found